This is Speaking of Writers. I'm Steve Richards. The book is A Firefly's Night, and the author is Zallina Kira Johnson. Zallina Kira Johnson has always loved books and the different stories that each one has. She would always enjoy creating her own original stories in a paper book. She grew to love creating these stories and hoped one day that she would be able to publish them so that everyone could read them. Makes her home with her family in Georgia. She is in middle school. She is 12 years old and has her first book, Animal Tales, A Firefly's Night. Happy to have Zallina Kira Johnson join me now here on Speaking of Writers. Good morning and welcome, Zallina.
Good morning.
So what is this book all about, and what's its purpose?
Really, it's a way to inform people about light pollution, which is a very big thing when it comes to, animals in the wild. And fireflies, there's, over 200 different kinds of fireflies, but a lot of them are, being killed out, because they, when they see lights, they go too close to it, and they end up getting killed by them. And so a lot of them are basically dying during the 2-month period of the time they are adults. And so in the end, a lot of them will die out because of the lights that people hang up and don't really acknowledge. So I made this book to basically inform people of how if we don't notice what we're doing in the world around us, then we could have a bigger effect than what we realize. But most of the time, it could be negative. And so I just wanted to inform people about light pollution in a way that they can understand, in a way that they'll enjoy, but still getting a lesson out of it.
How did you come up with this storyline?
Well, really, I was in summer camp, and I had nothing to do, and I just like writing. So I took out a pencil, and I stapled together a little book thing, and I started writing, and I didn't at first know what to write about, but then I was like, what is something that people don't pay attention to, and what is harming it? And so I remembered a time in June and July that, because I really like going outside because of the fireflies. So I remembered that year in particular where all the fireflies, there was none in the streets, none in my backyards, all of them was flying to a light that was set up by my neighbor. And so I was really confused by why they were doing this and why they weren't going around everywhere like they used to. And then I was I did my research on it because I just I wanted to find out causing the fireflies to be attracted to those lights instead of to just fly around like they used to. And then when I looked it up, it was light pollution. So I was I want to make a story about it that, again, is enjoyable in a way to teach people a lesson in that manner.
We're chatting Zallina Kira Johnson. Her book is A Firefly's Night. So who is this book dedicated to and why?
So it's dedicated to my teacher, Mr. Pullano, my 6th grade teacher. He's my social studies. And he basically, I dedicated it to him because, when I brought it to school to show the teachers, he was the one that actually took the time to read the whole book. And he, he told me, that he liked it and that it was good. And so, that just made me feel better because at a time, I thought the book was really, kind of bad and sappy because, I just, doubt my own writing. So to hear him actually like the whole book and read it through is, it just really makes me happy. So.
And what's been the reaction from your friends?
My friends, they also liked the book, but they didn't really understand what it was about at first until I had to explain it. So I was it's kind of hard to understand. I just I hope people are able to, but still them saying it was good, it just made me motivated as well.
So when did you figure out, Zallina, that you wanted to write books?
Well, I guess it just started to happen over time because in class we used to do in 5th grade we used to do this writing thing. And I ended up writing a 6-page thing when it was only like the warm-up writing. So, like, I just realized, like, how much I actually like to write. Because, like, everyone else only did, like, a paragraph. And I was like, wait, why am I the only one who actually likes this? So I just decided from then on to make these paper books, which are, like, each one has a different story and they're about something else. I just like writing them, really.
So this book, A Firefly's Night, by Zallina Kira Johnson, is a series too, right?
Really, like, I wanted to make a series all about animals and the different things that, like, happen to them, and to fireflies, it's light pollution. And so, really, there's not a lot about fireflies that you can find. So I decided to only do one about the fireflies since, like, this book basically sums up their whole life from start to beginning. But, like, other books I plan to make, first day, wolf one, they have multiple things to happen to them, like territory loss, and they have, like, bears in their territory who, like, hurt them. So I can do more for that section of the series than I can with a firefly.
And what was the feeling like when you finished this book?
I was really excited to get it out, and I was, like, really, like, I just felt so happy that I'd actually accomplished doing it because I thought I would never be able to do it at such a young age. So it's just, like, I was so happy. I was, like, over the moon.
And when is, of course, you got the first one done. When is the next one going to be coming out?
The next one should be out. I'm not sure, but give or take maybe, like, a few weeks because they have to, like, fix it up and put it together again. But it's already in the final.
All right. And you can get Zallina's book, A Firefly's Night, at writersrepublic.com. And finally, so what would you like readers to take away from this book, Zallina?
Really, I just want them to, like, take away the fact, or, like, when reading this book and the other ones to come in the series, I just want them to take away what's really going on in the world and how one thing can lead to multiple different things, whether positive or negative. And so I just, like, people don't really see what's going on in the world. And so I want these books to show them that, say, putting up lights in June and July, especially in that time, that can cause a whole population of fireflies to just go extinct. And when tearing down a habitat, that can cause animals to just basically lose their families and lose their territory, giving them no place to live and eventually die out. And so really, from this book and all the books coming, I just want them to take away the fact that one action can cause a domino effect.
She is Zallina Kira Johnson, the book out now, first in a series, Animal Tales of Firefly's Night. Thank you so much for joining me, Zallina.
Thank you for having me.
And the book, again, is available at writersrepublic.com and also amazon.com as well. Animal Tales, Firefly's Night. And that is, speaking of writers, I'm Steve Richards.